Good evening, Professor Dumbledore. Are the rumors true, Albus?
I'm afraid so, Professor. The good and the bad.
And the boy?
Hagrid is bringing him.
Do you think it wise to trust Hagrid with something as important as this?
Professor, I would trust Hagrid with my life.
Hello and welcome to Harry Potter, the official film podcast, where we deep dive into the magical details that define our love for the wizarding world as we look back through the entire series, one film at a time. I'm Rhianna Dhillon, and I have always been obsessed with Harry Potter ever since my best friend gave me the first 2 books when I was 10, and I just so happened to have made a career as a film critic and broadcaster. So getting to talk about Harry Potter on an official Harry Potter podcast, I'm living the dream. As we look back at each film, I'll be joined by guests who famously love the series almost as much as me, and together we'll revisit each film with a quick recap, not that we could ever forget, and then we'll dive even deeper, discussing our hottest takes, calling out the tiniest details, and digging into the behind-the-scenes magic that made this series so special. And you can watch every Harry Potter film along with us on HBO Max. Today, we're starting at the very beginning. Where else? The first half of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Or Sorcerer's Stone, as my American friends might say. Here with me to share his love of all things Harry Potter is actor, gamer and streamer, who you might know from his online Hogwarts Legacy playthroughs or as the character Zero in the film Holes. It's Khleo Thomas. Hi, Khleo.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
I'm really excited because I look around and I see everything I want to own. All
this
of it.
Set is
All
amazing, isn't it?
Everything in here I need.
It's gorgeous.
Yes.
So are you equally a Harry Potter obsessive?
Yes. I don't want to say equally, though, because it's a whole different level of things. This is what you live and breathe for.
I do breathe this.
And it's amazing to see just the joy and the happiness that comes from you when it comes to talking about anything Harry Potter.
I do feel like you really know your stuff, though. And also your world goes beyond the movies and the books because you're into the game as well, which I also love, Hogwarts Legacy, although I'm very slow.
What do you mean?
I take my time with Hogwarts Legacy.
I get it. You get to explore the world.
Yes.
So why not? Why not see all of the little intricacies that make that game what it is?
I agree.
Yeah.
First things first, I am sort of adorned with my house.
Okay.
You might be able to tell I have Slytherin
representing
all over me.
I see.
What is your house?
You know, when I went through the Sorting Hat experience, I was very honored to join the Gryffindor house.
Of course,
for
you're
the
a
courage
Gryffindor.
and bravery.
Of
yes.
course, you're a Gryffindor.
Yeah. Big Gryffindor in the bill. Big Gryffindor status, you know? Yeah.
So you were happy with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, look, when you watch the films, you're really seeing it from that house only, really.
Yeah.
That perspective of everything that's going on around Harry and Ron and Hermione. So Gryffindor, I was really happy to be able to put and my favorite color is red. So yeah, I was good to go for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was your sort of first entry point into the world of Harry Potter?
I had a cousin who was reading the books at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the video games, I'm doing trading card stuff, and he would be in the corner just reading these books. And then I remember him getting really excited about the moment the films got announced.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really understand. I'm like, oh, okay, they doing an adaptation. Okay, cool.
Sure.
And then I went and watched the films. And I said, okay, I get it. Cuz I get it. I'm in. I get it. You're fully immersed in this space, man.
Yeah.
And the moment even you start hearing the score, right from the very beginning, you're transported into this whole new world. So yeah, it was that for me.
But do you have one moment from the Philosopher's Stone that you remember thinking, okay, I'm in?
The first moment for me, you said philosopher. I'm sorcerer.
You're
Sorcerer. I'm sorcerer.
Oh, fine.
Yeah,
we're going to argue about this all day.
Yeah, man. The first moment for me was when we see Harry walking through Diagon Alley with Hagrid.
Yes.
And there's a moment where he's getting ready to go into, I believe, the Leaky Cauldron.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't notice it immediately. It wasn't until later on that I'm like, wait, was the sign always on? And I had to ask my cousin about that. And he was like, no. As they're walking in, the sign gets more and more visible. It's because they can see it because they're actually wizards. I'm like, wait, what?
That's so
a
cool.
small little visual trick that made it so much more cooler.
Yeah. I bet there are people listening or watching that don't realize that. But
Hey.
you've just given them a little
Go back.
reason to go back and watch.
Go watch it again.
We were talking, of course, about houses, but did you do your Patronus? Do you know what that is? Yeah.
Yeah. Dapple, Grey Mare.
Oh,
yeah.
So majestic,
Stands
Khleo.
tall,
gorgeous.
making sure to look over the land and the forest and protect. So yeah, Dapple Grey Mare. As somebody who, I don't have a fear of horses. I just they're just very big. They're very big animals.
You can't be scared of your Patronus.
I understand that, but the Patronus I'm not scared of. But the actual thing in which it's based on, I'm like, this would be me. Okay, I guess there's a,
there
a
must
fear
be
and
something
courage.
there, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it was definitely a Dapple Grey Mare.
Fine.
Yeah.
What
was yours?
I'm like a calico cat.
Okay.
And I feel like I don't love cats in real. I mean, I like cats a lot, but if you were to ask me, I'm more of a dog person. But actually, I do think I have the temperament of a cat.
Of a cat. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty stubborn.
Okay.
Can be aggy if you poke me.
Okay.
But I'm also very loyal, and I feel like cats, when they love you, right?
Yeah. As somebody who's allergic to cats, I wouldn't know, but I can understand the intricacies of
I feel like maybe animals is not your forte.
No, not really.
Now, if any of you out there haven't yet done so, then head to harrypotter.com to get sorted into your house and to discover your Patronus. Maybe you'll be afraid of it too, like Khleo. Maybe you'll form an immediate bond. Who knows? Now, when this film premiered back in 2001, it brought author J.K. Rowling's book to the big screen for the very first time. It's kind of mad. That was 25 years ago, quarter of a century ago.
Wow.
I know.
25 years ago?
Doesn't it make you feel ancient?
Yeah. Bones have become a lot more brittle since. But yeah, all right. 25 years.
Yeah, but since then, as you say, like that first eye-opening experience, I feel like everybody's love of Harry Potter has just grown and grown and grown. Can you remember, like, what kind of kid you were? Like, what you were interested in? Because I feel like Harry Potter kind of changed who I was.
Yeah.
And there was like life before Harry Potter and life after Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Can you remember that? Like kind of Khleo before and Khleo after?
Yeah, I can, because I always grew up playing sports. A lot of basketball and football as a kid.
Yeah.
And then even video game wise, the games that I was into had a sense of whimsy and magicalness to them. You were using certain potions and elixirs. Like I knew these words because of my video games.
Oh, okay.
So then you go and watch this film and you're seeing kids in a world living that are using these same things. So it allowed me to understand that there are other people out there like myself, because when I'm talking to my teammates who play basketball and football with me, they have no idea what an elixir is and a phoenix down. They have none of this stuff. But that was when I felt really accepted.
Yeah.
And knowing that there's other people in this world like myself who can enjoy these kinds of stories being told. So yeah, that's what it did for me.
Yeah. It's also very aspirational. I feel like all of everything that happens in Harry Potter, you can sit in your bedroom and you can dream of that world and you can put yourself into it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
So let's dive in. We meet our hero, Harry Potter, living a genuinely bleak childhood with the Dursleys. He's ignored, he's bullied, sleeping in a cupboard under the stairs. He doesn't know it, but he's essentially the Dursleys' house elf.
Oh, wow.
Do you just, yeah?
That is,
I know.
He is.
For Harry, things never seem to go his way. Even a trip to the zoo results in a mysterious snake-related mishap that gets him punished for weeks. But when invitations to Hogwarts come barreling through the letterbox just before his 11th birthday, Harry's entire life changes in an instant.
We're going away! Far away! Where they can't find us!
Daddy's gone mad, hasn't he?
As the letters arrive, Uncle Vernon has a nervy bee and drags Harry and the fam off to a hut in the middle of the sea where Hagrid literally knocks the door down and delivers the most life-changing sentence in history. "You're a wizard, Harry." Chills, literal chills. Do you remember ever thinking, a letter might come for me?
Still waiting.
You're still
Still waiting for my letter, actually. I don't know. Hey, whoever headmaster is, still here.
Maybe
Still
you're
waiting.
just a muggle.
So
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Come on. How you going to have me here and throw that word at me? Still waiting on it, man. Look, I don't know who headmaster is. Hey, listen, I'm trying to be a part of the next graduating class. Talk to me, man.
I think me and you are like pretty much exactly the same age. We're like a few days apart.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember always thinking like, what? Because we were growing up with them.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember being like, well, if they can, surely I can.
Yes. Because you're watching them go through this experience and it's like, well, I want to go to potions.
Yeah.
I want to
Wait, potions with Snape, really?
Listen. I have an appreciation for Snape, but also the actor. It's that thing for me. I have an appreciation for him for sure, for what he brought to that character. But yeah, I'm a big Man of Hooch fan. So I love her. So we can talk about that.
We'll get into that in a bit.
Later, yeah.
All right. So you ready? We are going to join Harry as he heads off into the Wizarding world.
Let's go.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
A wizard. And a thumping good one, I'd wager, once you trade up a little.
No, you've made a mistake. I mean, I can't be a wizard. I mean, I'm just Harry. Just Harry.
Well, just Harry. Did you ever make anything happen? Anything you couldn't explain when you were angry or scared?
Hagrid whisks Harry away from the Dursleys and off to Diagon Alley. And here, Harry gets his first real taste of the Wizarding world and realises that he's a pretty big deal, even if he's not sure why. He meets Griphook in Gringotts, the bank that's impossible to break into, apart from those times where someone broke in.
So they say.
Griphook will obviously become a major part of Harry's story a few years down the line, as will Ollivander, who teaches Harry that the wand chooses the wizard, and that Harry's new Phoenix Feather wand has a curious connection. I'm sure that's not really important though, right?
I'm not at all, actually, currently.
What would your wand be like? What would its properties be?
It would be pine wood, dragon heartstring.
Oh, wow, you've really thought about this.
13 inches.
Oh my goodness.
Rigid.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I would keep that thing on me, keep it on me. So yeah, for sure, that would be.
Wait, did you learn that on the wand experience on harrypotter.com?
I did.
That's
and
so cool.
As somebody who has like a lot of friends who 3D print, I'm like, now I want to just design mine and then make my own custom one.
You should.
Based off of those stats. So yeah, be on the lookout for that on my Instagram. I'm definitely doing that.
I love that for you.
Yeah, excited.
So jealous. So we've got our wands. Next stop is platform 9 3/4. Just run at the wall. Don't even think about it. Just get on the Hogwarts Express and off to school we go.
That's brave to tell somebody, hey, run directly at this wall and you're gonna go through it? Listen, have you not thought about it? Like, have you been in moments where you've been like, getting ready to take the train?
Just like leant slowly against the... I've never run at it. I've just leant against
Okay,
it.
all right, just to make sure. All right, so I know I'm not alone now.
Harry meets Ron Weasley, his first real friend, and gets a taste of Wizarding World snacks. We'll take the lot. Along with Hermione Granger, who is already correcting people that she's known for all of 12 seconds.
Man.
I loved Ron when I first met him because he was so funny. But then as I got older, I feel like I appreciated Hermione more and more because she gets so dismissed for being a know-it-all, but she is always right and they should have always listened to her.
The fact that our first introduction to her is just this, as you mentioned, know-it-all, snobby kind of character. Yeah. It's like, you want to hate her a little bit, but you can't.
No.
Which I give all the praise to Emma for bringing that character to life. It's all the little intricacies. It's the eyebrows. It's the charmed. It's all of it. I'm like, I love what she did.
She does have great eyebrows.
Yeah.
Very good acting eyebrows.
Yeah.
So the trio lands at Hogwarts. Floating candles, high ceilings, very big feelings. A talking hat. At the sorting ceremony, Draco is mean. The hat is kind of terrifying, perhaps because the house that you land in dictates your entire future, potentially. The sorting hat senses something Slytherin-y about young Mr. Potter. Then Harry whispers, not Slytherin, not Slytherin. Fine, better be Gryffindor. We meet our professors and school is in session. Snape stares at Harry with what looks like, I'm going to say hate. McGonagall is austere but very fair. Flitwick is an absolute darling. I love him. And Quirrell is anxious as hell for some reason.
Yes.
Dumbledore smiles like he knows everyone's secret, and he probably does. And Hermione cannot stop raising her hand in class. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Yes.
So you've already mentioned potions. Is that the class that you think you'd excel in? Because you were talking about elixirs earlier. I feel like you're very drawn to the liquids.
Yeah, for sure. I think that maybe comes from like being a gamer and like having to craft a lot of stuff in my gaming. So yeah, I definitely would have been in the potions class, you know. And I also love science. I always loved science.
Right.
So it was one of those things. Immediately saw the connection with that. So being able to come up with some kind of concoction to do some kind of thing I would like.
Like what?
Like disappear, maybe. Like, you know, listen, maybe me and the twins would have got along quite well.
You would have got up to so much mischief.
Those would have been my boys, for sure. Those would have been my boys. I'd have rocked with Fred and George, for sure. Yeah.
I think charms would have been mine, because I'm lazy.
Okay.
And I feel like charms is like the spells that you learn for shortcuts in life.
How many phone screens do you think you would have been able to fix in your lifetime with a charm spell?
Yes.
Think about that.
So many.
Yeah, all these phones we've dropped over our time, we wouldn't have had to give up
it's
money
like
for
Harry's glasses that Hermione keeps repairing with Oculus Reparo.
Exactly.
Phonus Reparus.
Oh.
No, phonus is terrible. What's the Latin? There can't be a Latin name for phone.
Is there not a Latin? There can't be a Latin. But no, it's in this generation, so we'll take it. Phonus Reparo. Phonus Reparo is the official charm spell that was created on this podcast.
You heard it here first. As we continue classes, flying lessons do not go well for Neville. But one wizard's misfortune is another's opportunity, and now Harry is on the Quidditch team. Go Harry, snatch that snitch.
Yeah. Hey, this is our guy. This is the star. This is the rookie of the year. It's Harry Potter.
You said that you loved Madame Hooch earlier.
Yeah.
What do you love about Madame Hooch? Because she is an undersung character, really.
The design.
Okay.
I loved when you see her walking, and I guess the shot is set up, it's quite far.
Yeah.
And then the moment she turns around and you just see that one up of her and her eyes and how she delivers, I was like, who is this? Yeah. I want more of her.
Yeah.
I just loved her look. That's what has drawn me to Madame Hooch, which, now looking at my taste, and that might have played a part. Look at her.
She's quite like feline, like she has quite feline eyes, doesn't she?
Eyes.
But also Zoe Wanamaker, who plays her, has this incredible gravelly voice.
Okay.
It's so distinctive. And I love it. So I was just like, she's the PE teacher that we all had.
Okay.
She used that voice to shout well.
She's stern in a lot of ways and trying to get you to, the goal of whatever she's teaching at that moment.
Yeah.
Then with everyone, saying up, and it's such a great scene, especially for Ron. Like, it's such a great moment for Ron. Yeah.
Shut up, Harry.
Shut up, Harry.
One evening, back at the castle, the trio get turned around on a changing staircase and they end up in the forbidden third floor corridor. Right. So many forbiddens in this first film. They run straight into Fluffy, a not so friendly three-headed dog guarding something very important. But at least they don't get killed. Or worse, expelled.
Oh. Come on, Hermione. She needs to get her priorities in check, man. What are we talking about here?
Halloween arrives and a giant troll is on the loose. Quirrell faints, everyone panics. There are troll bogies everywhere. Or boogers. Harry and Ron save Hermione's life, and Hermione saves Harry and Ron from detention, which I feel is kind of equal weight. Life detention.
Well, yeah.
With that, the trio officially becomes the Golden Trio that we all know and love. And Hogwarts mints 3 new rule-breaking best friends.
Yeah.
Then, just as Harry seems to be settling into Hogwarts, his new Nimbus 2000 tries to kill him mid-Quidditch match. Snape is looking very suspicious, and Hagrid mentions a guy called Nicholas Flamel. Something dodgy is definitely going on, and the message is clear. Welcome to Hogwarts. You definitely belong here, but you may not be very safe.
There's a line somewhere in the film where there was like, there's no place safer than Hogwarts. It proves in this film that is a lie. This is the most dangerous place ever. There's trolls coming in here. There's giant 3-headed dogs, forbidden corridors. You can't go down everywhere here. It is a very dangerous school.
Yeah, agreed.
And yet the Wizarding World, send them off to Hogwarts. We'll be proud of them.
What is your favorite exploration moment in Hogwarts?
It has to be when we first see Fluffy. It has to be, because even how they set that scene up, you don't see him at first, the characters do, and then it's revealed, and he looks great. As a kid, I remember being like, whoa. In other different medias, video games, or in animated films, you've seen a three-headed dog.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen Cerberus, all kind of But this looked so real at the time that I was like, I hope I would get a chance to like really meet an animal like that.
Yeah.
A big, gigantic, like that's a guard dog forever.
Wait, you can't be afraid of horses and then want to meet a three-headed dog like Fluffy.
Okay. Let me try to explain what I mean by this.
You're regretting ever telling me that you've been afraid of horses.
I don't regret it at all. I have, like, if being around horses, they are very gigantic animals. They're huge. They're muscular. You can see the mass of this animal. So it's more of that for me. And then you see Fluffy, and kind of we have the trick. We know the trick of how to make Fluffy calm down.
Wait, do you play any instruments?
Nope.
Right. Okay. So you don't even have that.
No. But I have a phone that was recently phonus repaired. That I can just play the music off of. Come on now. This generation of this.
Do you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
They do, mind you, it wouldn't work in Hogwarts because technology doesn't work in Hogwarts. What is your favourite standout performance in the first half of this film? Because obviously we're introduced to so many of the characters, and we're introduced to so many of the kids, but also the teachers, and we stay with them for the entirety of the film. So we kind of have to fall in love with them straight away. Yeah. So who do you remember falling in love with the quickest? Ron.
It was Ron for me, man. He's the heart a lot of this. And yes, you get to see it through Harry. It's Harry Potter's story. Yes, absolutely. But Ron being there and having a solid friend like Ron from the moment they meet, they're just in. And you could tell the kid has a great heart. And, you see his brothers. So it's Ron for me.
So Rupert Grint is like your favorite. He's very funny.
Yes.
He's just so natural. His comic timing is excellent.
That's what was kind of blowing me away. As even as a kid, as young children, they're nailing this. Yeah. And that had to be an incredible experience, man.
And also, I guess, because there are so many amazing British character actors in this, it's kind of like, you mentioned Alan Rickman earlier as being just so incredible. I think for me, maybe Hagrid. I think Robbie Coltrane as Hagrid was the one who encompassed exactly what I read in the book. Like so exactly. It was so perfect. His performance, the casting of it, everything, the movements, what he was wearing. He was just my imagination come to life on the screen. Whereas with the others, I was like, oh, okay, this is a different interpretation, but I love it. Or Hagrid was just perfect for me.
This is the all-stars of UK actors.
Yeah.
All of them are.
And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger as the series goes on.
Yeah.
Everybody who is anybody who's been in Harry Potter.
Yeah, man.
So we've been talking about the kids on set. I feel like it was maybe such a risk when they first cast these three characters, right? Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint. They had no idea how this combination was going to work and last across like 10 years. And yet, I think we can really feel like the bond and the pull between them. Why do you think they work so well together? How do you think they balance each other out?
Man, it makes me want to give a lot of credit, not only to them as the actors, but maybe Chris Columbus, like him being able to set the tone day one, first film of what was going to end up being a 10-year run.
Yeah.
Whatever tools he gave those three to look at this as a marathon, not a race. This is going to be a long haul, guys. And you see it, you feel it, the camaraderie and the genuine love between the three of them.
I think what they get so right is the kind of balance between them all, because Daniel Radcliffe, I keep staring off in this direction because there's like a portrait of the three of them like just behind you on set, and I keep like being drawn to their faces.
Yeah.
But because like Daniel Radcliffe playing Harry is kind of supposed to be almost like the straight guy, right? He's the thing that everything happens to, he has to react. He's the hero whose journey we're following. And then Rupert Grint gets to be kind of really wacky, and he's the one that's like eating all the time, and he has like these little fun quirks always. And then Emma Watson as Hermione, I think those two feel like they are so in sync. Like I feel like there isn't much of a line between Emma Watson and Hermione. I feel like they are the same. And just like having like the thirst for knowledge and wanting to be the best, but also just like supporting the other two as well. Just kind of, I think like she's the one who rounds them out and like smooths everything over and makes them function.
Yeah.
I feel like actually the two just by themselves rubbing along actually wouldn't function nearly as well.
Listen, the dynamic duo of just Ron and Harry is a completely different story.
Yeah, it
in my
is.
opinion. It's a completely different way to look at it. You need Hermione there to, as you said, like rein them in.
They had to do such an incredible job, such long days. For many of them, I think it was like their first time on a set, especially like the wider ensemble. Khleo, you were a child actor. So when you watch this film, do you can you put yourself in the actors' positions? Do you remember what those like days on set was like for you, and what it was like working with a team of other kids as well, like having a band?
So this film came out in 2001.
Yeah.
Holes happens in 2003. So just right around the corner. So I had watched this, seeing these kids tell this story, and knowing that I had been on set, knowing the sheer amount of work that went into do a film this massive was something completely different I had never experienced. For us to do Holes, 2003, we're in the middle of the desert, 110-degree weather every single day. Like it was a whole different experience. When I look back on it all, man, I can't imagine what it was like to be them and have this responsibility to tell this story, these characters for the long haul. I think that's something that should be commended from everybody that was involved, because they did it. Like, they accomplished the goal. It's a completely different experience. And I will say this as well, like, you see Hogwarts and it's literally all kids.
Yeah.
All kids, not just the three. Like, it's all kids, the extras, everyone else in the classroom. It's kids. With Holes, it was myself, and the main D10 crew was really the only kids. Everyone else had just hit 18.
Okay.
So it wasn't a lot of kids.
Yeah.
But that, I'm sure, was a different experience because even for them, like, you want to go play.
Yeah.
Like, this is a professional job. You're an actor, but you want to go play.
Sure.
You want to be on set and having a good time. And I can only imagine what it was like at that time to understand the responsibility.
We always talk about the trio and their relationships and, their bond with each other. Does it really bond you an experience like that, where you are sort of taken out of a comfort zone and put into this really strange environment?
Yeah, it does. It does, because it's all of you going through it all together, and it's running the scenes, it's the rehearsals, it's the late nights, like, it's a whole totally different experience. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters, they don't know anything about this, but the people on this set with you and this experience you guys are having, you guys will have that forever. You know who I'm really curious, I would love to hear more stories from? The parents.
Yeah.
I would love to, because they had
the chaperones.
Watch. They had to watch their children be there and create this amazing story. I would love to hear it from their perspective.
It's a really good point.
Yeah, because when you're the kid, you're just there.
Yeah.
I have conversations with my mom all the time of things I completely forgot, but she remembers it in certain ways.
She's logging it.
She's got it all. Or she's got the props, the photos. She's got it all. So, yeah, I would love to hear
proud.
Yeah.
So, the midpoint of this film is punctuated by a certain scene, which is basically the reason why I return to the Philosopher's Stone every December without fail.
Harry, wake up! Come on, Harry, wake up! Happy Christmas, Harry. Happy Christmas, Ron. What are you wearing? Oh, Mum made it. Looks like you got one too. I've got presents. Yeah.
I love the delivery of those lines. Merry
Heartfelt.
Christmas, Harry.
Oh.
Merry Christmas, Ron. What are you wearing?
Right to what are you wearing? It's like, bro, what? First of all, who made Harry like the fashion expert here? You've been wearing
Dudley's old clothes.
forever.
So
You're
true.
the guy who's going to tell me that this is the wrong. Stop, Harry. Stop.
I do feel, though, that Hogwarts Christmases are just so iconic and is part of why I want to delve into the film. Like, I want to literally jump into the movie is how they do Christmas at Hogwarts. We're kind of required to discuss, is this a Christmas movie?
So what makes a Christmas movie? Is it just that it's on Christmas? Is it the things that are happening leading up to Christmas Day? What are the actual requirements for a Christmas movie?
That's a really good question. I think it has to definitely take place at some point around Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. But also it has to like encompass everything that we love about Christmas, which is like family and food and warmth and coziness and love and presents. And it has all of those.
It has all of those, correct? It has snow.
It has snow.
Lots of snow. We see it out the window.
Yeah.
Okay, so I if I had to cast my vote, is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone considered a Christmas movie? Yes. It's a Christmas film.
Great. I'm
Yeah.
so glad I've convinced you.
Another reason to just run it back.
I think it absolutely is. And because it's directed by Chris Columbus, who did a very famous categorical Christmas movie,
Yeah,
Home Alone.
that's right.
I feel like he brings a lot of those sensibilities over from that to this. The parallels are really interesting because you have Kevin, who is left alone on Christmas. And then you have Harry, who's been alone like the majority of his life. And this film is like the first time that he's not really alone on Christmas. And he's with everybody.
Yeah.
And he's with people who love him. And I don't know, but equally, both of those films bring out a magic of Christmas, but just in a different way.
Yeah.
Do you think that any of the other Harry Potter films are Christmas movies?
Which one's Yule Ball in?
The Goblet of Fire.
Yes.
I think that is.
That's for me. I think so.
Because they go really in, and obviously Yule is kind of more like a seasonal thing, and they go really big on it, and it's beautiful, and it's a different kind of Christmas at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
To the cozy, like fireplace one. This is like icy and massive, and you know, everyone's very formal.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like going to visit your relatives. You kind of have to be on your best behavior. Whereas like this Christmas in the Philosopher's Stone is like you're at home in your jimmies, just like chilling
hot chocolate.
out. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Hot cocoa with you. That gives me that vibe for sure.
Yeah.
That gives me that little, when I think of myself as a kid, that's what my Christmas really did feel like. As you get older, you get winter formals and you got to do all this. Yeah.
Right.
So that's where the change is for me. So
Yeah.
that one I consider Christmas for sure.
Now, one thing that we can't forget is that one of Harry's Christmas presents happens to be the invisibility cloak, which I just think is one of the most wonderful, magical items that we ever come across in Harry Potter. Sent by Dumbledore. It's passed down from Harry's father, and that gift is going to come in very handy down the line.
I remember watching the film for the first time and seeing him wrap it around him and look down. He's just a floating head. And it's like, yo, what?
Yeah.
This is magic. I want one of these. I would love one of these. Who wouldn't? You're literally invisible. You can go anywhere.
And also, I think just the tactility of it, like the way that it kind of folds, the way that you see like these beautiful patterns like etched into the cloak as well. Because it could have just been nothing, right? It could have just been literally invisible. But the fact that they put so much effort into the design of it, I just really appreciated when I was younger, because you really got a sense of what it would look like through Harry's eyes, like wandering around in the library. And also how adorable that Harry, like you just said, you could use it to do anything, and the first thing that Harry does is like sneak into the library to find out about the mystery of Nicholas Flamel.
Come on, Harry, what are we doing here, bro?
He's so sweet.
Come
He's
on.
so wholesome.
Yes, for sure.
Draco Malfoy would not have been using it to that end.
Yeah, see, they knew not to give Draco that, because Draco is definitely going to be up to no good with that whole situation.
All right, it's time for Owl Post.
Cool.
I know, it's cool, right?
Yeah.
An owl has arrived from a fellow Potter fan, and we definitely will have thoughts on this.
Okay.
So this is sent from Julia M. from Virginia. She says, I think that the most perfectly cast role in all of cinema, not just Harry Potter, all of cinema, is Dame Maggie Smith as Professor McGonagall. Reading the books as a 10-year-old and then meeting her as she greets the first years to Hogwarts, she was exactly as I pictured her. It was as if I was arriving to Hogwarts myself. I just love the way that she sneers at Malfoy when she talks about the House of Slytherin. And how can anyone forget the way that she says the word Gryffindor? That's such a terrible accent. I'm so sorry I butchered that. I'm sorry, Dame Maggie, and I'm sorry, Julia.
Everything that she put in that album, those are the moments that I remember the most.
Yeah.
When Trevor's hopping up there and then Neville comes, and just the look it's a very cold look.
The hard stare.
Oh, and then yes, even when they're on the steps before they walk into the hall to get sorted in the experience, you have Draco over to the left in that shot. And when she mentions Slytherin, she looks right at him.
Yeah.
I'm like, she don't like Slytherin at all.
But he hasn't even been sorted at that point. And so she's already telling us that she knows.
She knows.
Yeah.
She know his daddy.
Yeah.
She know the granny. I know y'all. It's one of those things, right? Like,
especially in that accent.
I know y'all, man. And it's so much being said with just a look. And that's how amazing she was at this, man. So yeah, I can agree.
Yeah, I also agree. And I think another favourite moment of my McGonagall favourite moment is when Harry and Ron are late for class and she like transfigures herself from a cat into herself, into her human form. And Ron is like, that was bloody brilliant. And she's like, well, thank you, Mr. Weasley. And she's so funny and witty, but never breaks.
Yeah.
You know, she never tells them off in a really unfair way. They always deserve the tellings off that she gives them.
Yes.
And every time that they think they're going to be expelled because she looks so severe, and then she goes and does something completely different, or like takes pity on them, or signs Harry up to Quidditch. You know, like I just love her.
Nails it.
Thank you so much, Julia. What an amazing chance to talk about Professor McGonagall, one of my favourite characters. So thank you for that. Now, we really want to hear from you. Keep an eye on our socials at Harry Potter for your chance to send in your favourite moments, your burning questions, and your hottest takes. So for me, I don't know about you, but for me, everything starts with Hagrid's "You're a Wizard, Harry," because it's Harry's introduction to the wizarding world completely. And he kind of finally learns that he has a place there where he hasn't felt that in 11 years. So do you think that this film is about like finding your community and that sense of belonging?
Yeah, when we look at Harry not coming at all from a world he was destined to be in, it is a great moment when we see Hagrid, of course, say this iconic line.
Can you do a Hagrid impression?
It's really because he leaned into it. You're a wizard, Harry.
Oh, that was good.
You know, it's also in the physical of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's that for me. And then later on in that scene, we see Hagrid do magic when he's not supposed to be doing it.
With his pink umbrella.
So that is for me, that's the moment. It's like one thing to be told, but then to be shown and see that. Like he gave him a pigtail.
You're so right. I'd never really thought about that being the very first thing that
he
sees.
It's one thing to be told it, and we see even in Harry's response, you know, he's just Harry.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have that confidence to know what Hagrid is talking about. Then he sees that moment. And I think that's the magic part of it.
Do you think he's just like, oh, I can get revenge?
Maybe it's a little bit of getting back at the bully.
I think so many kids sort of feel that sense of like not belonging or worrying about not fitting in, especially in that like transient time between being a kid and being a teenager, and like even like going to secondary school, like the age of 11, the age that Harry's at. I remember being so anxious and nervous about going to a new school, having to make new friends. It was so terrifying. I still really feel that. So how much did you relate to Harry at the beginning of this, of just kind of being a bit of a misfit or being a bit kind of peripheral? Was that ever your experience as a kid?
Yeah, for sure. Because I always knew that I was always up to something different in comparison to my friends.
Right.
I knew at a very young age I wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to act. I wanted to be on TV and do film. And a lot of my friends, you know, they just wanted to play basketball and football. That's really it. So it definitely showed me the parallels of like, there's places in which you may not be surrounded by people at all times who are just like you, but there are pockets in this world in which you will find your community.
Yeah.
And that's what the film definitely taught me at a young age.
Do you remember finding your community? Do you remember feeling like, oh, this person connects with me in the same way that like Ron and Harry have that moment on the train?
Yeah. And it was mostly castmates,
right? For
sure. Anime and cartoons and video games, they were there, but you couldn't find people like yourself, really. And it was once I found a community of people who I could talk to about Harry Potter other than my cousin.
Right.
I was like, hey, it's not just me and you. Look, there's other people like us.
Yeah.
It was that for us, man. Yeah.
It's so exciting when you do find somebody else who doesn't just have to be Harry Potter. It normally is with me. But when you do have that person who just gets you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to explain. And I feel like that shorthand that the three of them have in this is such a special bond. And I think that's why we love watching them, because we feel like a part of the trio.
Yeah.
You know? But also like the wider experience of being at a school and having like these father figures and mentors for the first time. He's not had that before. And Harry has suddenly got Dumbledore, of course, but he's also got Hagrid. And I do feel like Hagrid is kind of underserved a little bit, or he's kind of, I don't know, people don't always give him the accolades or the flowers that he deserves, because not only is he the one that brings Harry into the wizarding world, he provides such comfort throughout. He's always there for Harry to turn to if he needs him. He sends him a Christmas present. He invites him over for tea. He's just a really safe pair of hands. He's always there when Harry needs him. We see him in the Chamber of Secrets. He like rescues him from Knockturn Alley. And just Hagrid as Harry's first father figure, I just feel like we need to kind of really pay tribute to that.
And I agree with you. It's the fact that in the very beginning of this film, it's Hagrid that is flying Harry into, was it Privet Drive?
Privet Drive, yeah.
And I'm like,
on the motorbike.
That was his, like in a sense, that was his baby. And as you see with Hagrid, he loves his babies.
Yeah.
He loves his babies.
That's so true.
So it's that for him. I think it's that connection. Like he was there for him. He held him before he had to leave him at the Dursley. So yeah, man.
And he's also, you know, we'll talk about this later, but he's also like the last thing that Harry sees at the end of the film, and the goodbye from Hagrid. And that's quite a wrench as well. And it always makes me cry when he has to say goodbye to Hagrid. I'm so glad that we've got to talk about him. I think he's one of my favourite characters.
When we do a watch through together, I'm just going to keep a box of tissues next to you, because you going to tear up a lot during this first one.
Thank you for indulging my obsession with Hagrid.
I love it.
So I want to talk about how this film basically set the tone for the entire series to come, because of course you have the vision of Chris Columbus, the director, but then you also have this amazing crew that were all at Leavesden who were kind of building everything and making it all come to life, the magic makers.
Yeah.
So what is your kind of favourite aspect of the world building in the Philosopher's Stone?
Seeing Hogwarts. Seeing Hogwarts and seeing Diagon Alley.
Yes.
I thought that was really cool as far as like some of the structures that we see in Diagon Alley. They're actually never straight.
Yes.
Everything is diagonally.
Yeah.
I thought that's the coolest little...
There are no right angles.
Love that.
In Diagon Alley.
Really, really cool.
Incredible.
And small little detail that means so much to the building the world, like you mentioned.
I think also one thing that we kind of take for granted in the world of the props of Harry Potter, because everyone has one, is the wands. Because the wands are so much a part of who you are as a wizard or a witch. But there is something so cool and tactile about being able to hold your own wand. I feel like for the actors, they were just extensions of themselves, right?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, did they help design them? Because for me, it's like, I always wanted to just, no matter where I am, because you just never know, it's the good old swish and flick.
For listeners who aren't watching, Khleo just pulled a wand out of his jacket.
You got to keep it on deck, man. You got to keep it on you, man.
Whose wand is that?
This is Sirius Black's wand.
Oh, it's so cool because it's got runes. Thank you. It's got runes up and down the sides, swirls, and it's also very dark because it's like mahogany colour, which does feel very serious.
Come on now.
It's very cool.
Yeah, man.
Well, luckily for us, I had the opportunity to sit down recently with one of the magic makers who basically brought Harry's world to life. This is head prop maker Pierre Bohanna. Let's hear what he had to say. Pierre Bohanna, thank you so much for joining us on Harry Potter, the official film podcast.
Oh, thank you very much for inviting me. It's such a pleasure. Such a pleasure.
So when you first joined Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, how much of the wizarding world was kind of already in formation? How much was just on the page? How much were you building from scratch?
My first introduction and sort of joining the project. And I was 30 years old. The whole phenomenon of Potter just sort of was starting, and the books and everything else, it was just starting to warm up. I hadn't read the books. So when I got asked, I thought I'd quickly able to run out, buy Philosopher's Stone and quickly read it before I went for my job interview. And that's how it started, really, a sort of baptism of fire into introducing to the subject.
Because it was the first film, you were starting completely from scratch. What were the ideas that Chris Columbus was coming to you with? Did he sort of sketch them out? Was he asking you to come up with designs completely off your own back? How did that all work?
We were very much part of the art department and really underneath the sort of the umbrella of Stuart Craig and all of that part. And we really facilitated and worked for him initially, him and Stephanie McMillan. So what was lovely was it was very collaborative. You know, it wasn't like I said, right, I'm going to make Harry's wand. This is it. They're going to film it. No one has a choice. It's not at all. And we had an art director affiliated to us in the set decorating department that worked for Stephanie and for myself, and the three of us really, we worked sometimes with concept designers to really start visualizing stuff. And everything was passed underneath Stuart's nose and appraisals. That's how it worked. It was never from one place. It was always about development, sampling, research, thought, discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was very intense. You know, a wand could take 3-4 months to do if it so wished.
Is there a specific prop from the first film which you feel just sort of encapsulates the tone for the entire series?
The most iconic thing, of course, is wands. And going back to that, but that's funny enough. The thing I like about wands is that it's one of the few times you make a prop that is absolutely bespoke to the character that's using it. The thing I liked about that is that that's actually, it's not so much to do with magic, it's to do with taste. And we all have it. We all wear jewelry, we all wear clothes, we all sit in, hang pictures on the wall. We all make choices that are for pleasure and for comfort. And I always like the idea that wands are always that. When you see Lucius Malfoy, you meet him and you see he draw his wand and it's the top of a staff and he snake heads. And he didn't get that when he was 11 the whole from Ollivander.
That's true.
He went back to him when he was a young buck of 18 saying, how do I get the girls? I said, could you change this wand to a staff with and of course, sir, this will be the bill, which is a very human attribute. I always love that about wands, and it emphasizes the characters that we see and help embolden them and help the performers be those people. And that was great fun to do.
I can't imagine how much fun. And especially now, I guess that gap between the wizarding world and the muggle world is so narrow when it comes to the wands, because we can go to an Ollivander's and choose our own. How satisfying do you find that as a prop designer, knowing that there are people all around the world who get to have that experience choosing props that you help design?
It's a massive ego boost. Obviously, all the other ones are made by muggles. We only made the proper one, wizard ones. But apart from that, it's I love making things. I've always had my team that I had around are all hewn from the same crumbly rock. That is about the joy of making, which is a very human thing. And Trotter was probably one of the most greatest opportunity for people of our trade to really sort of delve and enjoy ourselves in that way.
I mean, it is such an absorbing world. And I think one particular aspect that I love is the world of Quidditch. And I guess because that is so vastly different from anything that we have. So tell us about the design of Quidditch generally, from the brooms to the quaffle to the snitch, which I think you've said before that you loved designing. So tell us about kind of your entry into that world, the kind of conversations you were having about what that needed to look like.
It was an incredibly difficult thing for the filmmakers to really visualize and create in the filmic sense. It was great to see that develop. The other lovely thing I loved, especially with Philosopher's Stone, is the fact that when you see it, it's the sport you're playing at school. It's the football, it's the rugby, it's a cricket, whatever. It honed so well to my experience of being at school at that time, where all the equipment's completely knackered. There's always and everything is well used and well worn. And there was a wonderful slight lack of safety of stuff, which is of course not a modern thing, and it's all that kind of characteristics into the components of the equipment for playing Quidditch. Lovely worn out leather balls, the bludgers with this refracted cannonballs. I mean, what good school sport wouldn't be without a cannonball? And the bludger bats, and just being used for like 40 years of abuse.
Like with the story of the Golden Snitch, like there's kind of legend within the wizarding world about it being based on a bird called the Golden Snidget, etc. There is this whole lore around it. But how much of that impacted your work when it came to designing the Snitch?
Stuart had found a Greek illustration in a sculpture and seen this wonderful runing that had happened, and that really influenced the idea. So it's the wonderful, very simple ball with these raised, detailed lines that pertain to where the wings came out and how it performed. This lovely sort of balance of, is it magical? Is it clockwork? It's just a lovely pitch. I absolutely pulled rank on making it as well. Because it was like, it's you don't get much chance to do anything, but it was just like, well, no. I could sit at my desk with the phone rest on my chin while I whittled away at a little plastic ball, making it. It's funny when we go looking back on it now, and often I talk to colleagues and I still work with a lot of the people that we worked with then. But when I haven't met somebody, we often when we're reminiscing like mad old men in the pub. That was a time that doesn't even really happen much now. It was amazing. It was a great joy to be able to spread your wings that much.
Yeah. And that comes through in like every frame, I think, of the series. Every film, you really feel the love that went into designing it, making it. Pierre, thank you so much for joining us. It's been eye-opening.
It's a great pleasure, and thank you.
I really feel like we're starting to get our bearings in the wizarding world. Unlike Neville, when he attempts to fly a broomstick for the first time.
On my whistle. 3, 2... Mr. Longbottom. Mr. Longbottom! Come back down this instant!
Talk about being scared of stuff. That would have scared me.
Yeah.
Being not in control of the broomstick, and it's just, nah.
But then you would have had Madam Hooch come to your rescue.
Help, madam. Yeah.
You're so weird.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, speaking of lessons, it is time for a bit of trivia.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Which rather large and famous British athlete stood in for Hagrid for many of the early scenes in the film?
I don't know his name. I just know he's a 6'10" rugby player. I remember his stats. I'm like, why are you 6'10" playing rugby?
Oh, well, rugby, you do need, if you're a prop, you need to be massive.
6'10", though?
Yeah. My dad was tiny. My dad played rugby and he was tiny, so he was a flanker.
Okay.
And so, but I always love the idea of him being really small next to like the massive props.
Yeah.
Like this guy.
6'10" playing rugby?
I know. Okay, so you can't remember the name. I'm going to give you a half point.
Okay.
It's Martin Bayfield.
Martin Bayfield?
Yeah.
Martin Bayfield, thank you.
English rugby player.
Thank you for your legs, my height.
Thank you for your strength.
Yeah.
What is the name of the goblin who escorts Hagrid and Harry in Gringotts?
Griphook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Griphook. It's Griphook,
Very good.
man. Who was played by...
Go on.
Vern Troyer.
Yes.
But was still voiced by...
Warwick Davis.
Yes.
And then Warwick Davis, I think, went on to play him in later series. Look at us nerds.
Come on now. That's what we do.
Which iconic UK location was used for the first flying lesson scenes, which we've just seen?
Okay, look, as I mentioned earlier on this episode, as somebody who grew up in LA, it wasn't even thought of really that there was a castle or space that big for the iconic flying lesson. So I got nothing on this.
So you're saying you don't know?
I don't know on that one.
I'm going to give you multiple choice.
Okay.
Alnwick Castle, Durham Cathedral, or Oxford University?
I'm just going to say Oxford University.
Why would you say that when there is literal castle in the name of one of them?
But we don't really... Look, do they be on sets? Are there green screens? I have to take all of that into consideration. I can't just say the castle because...
Well, you're wrong. It was the castle.
Which castle?
Alnwick Castle.
It was Alnwick Castle?
Yeah.
Should have chose Alnwick Castle.
Where was the famous Harry can speak to snakes reveal scene filmed in London? Now, again, you might not know. Do you want me to give you multiple choice?
Yeah.
The London Aquarium, London Zoo, or the Forbidden Forest set at Leavesden Studios?
What's the second one?
London Zoo.
I'll go London Zoo.
Sometimes the simplest answers are the correct ones.
It's the London Zoo.
The London Zoo, yeah.
Can we talk about that moment for a second?
Go on.
The fact that this is the first time we see Harry talk to snakes.
Yeah.
But it's in English.
I've always wondered about this.
Are we whose voice are we hearing?
Yeah.
Is it
But I think he's translating it in his own head.
Okay.
Because when we see him talk to snakes in the Chamber of Secrets, we're kind of hearing what everybody else hears.
Yes.
Whereas when we hear him listening to the basilisk, we hear it in English because we're just hearing Harry translating it in his head. And so actually when he's hissing, he's really hissing, but we hear him translating it.
I like that one. Okay, so I'll keep that way of looking at it next time.
That's how I've always interpreted it. You did very well. Not perfect, but very well.
Gryffindor. Gryffindor.
Yeah, you're not a Ravenclaw, you can tell. So if any of you out there want to try your hand at trivia, then visit harrypotter.com/quiz quiz to test your knowledge, and hopefully you'll do better than Khleo. Before we go, I like to call this section anything from the trolley, dears. Because like magic, a trolley full of sweets has arrived between us, and we've got everything from peppermint toads to Bertie Bott's every flavour beans to fizzing Whizbees, and of course the chocolate frogs, which I cannot wait to try later. So I'm going to reward your hottest take or your strangest theory or any burning questions that you may have with the sweetest of sweets from the trolley. So, what have you got for me?
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, I also think, is a Halloween film.
Oh, yes.
Yes, there is a scene in Halloween.
Yeah.
Obviously, the troll breaks in.
Of course.
Scary part there.
It's very scary.
And Fluffy.
And
Fluffy makes it even more scary. It is a gigantic 3-headed dog. So, my hot take is Harry Potter is a Halloween film.
I think I'd have to agree with you on that.
Didn't even take much. See? Didn't take much convincing.
I mean, yeah, you've got witches, you've got wizards, you've got a scary dog, you've got a troll.
Yes.
Doesn't get much more Halloween-y than that.
Come on now.
All right, I'm going to reward you with something from the trolley. What would you like?
I would like to take this butter beer barrel. I want this.
Nice. I think you've got some butterbeer flavored candy gummy things in there. Does this smell good? Does it smell like butterbeer? That's a whiff.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like my childhood.
Yes, I need a candle in my house that just smells like this.
That's so nice.
Yes.
So I don't have a hot take, but I have a burning question, which is when Professor McGonagall goes to find Wood from his Defense Against the Dark Arts class with Professor Quirrell, she opens the door and Professor Quirrell is just holding an iguana. And we never find out why. And I'm like, so are iguanas actually like magical creatures maybe?
Yeah, you're right. What is the purpose of him holding that iguana?
Yeah, because it's not transfiguration. It's not like they've transfigured something into one or vice versa. So maybe he's like, maybe iguanas are actually dark, evil creatures and anybody who has one at home in a tank is actually in real danger.
That is a good point. I remember how big it is. It's not a small one at all. It's gigantic in his hands. He's like cuddling.
Yeah, because they grow to like the size of their environment, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and watch it. I'm going to turn the subtitles back on because you can hear he's talking as they're walking up. Yeah. He is saying something.
Yeah. I'm going to reward myself with a chocolate frog because I've had my eye on it since this trolley arrived.
It's iconic. It's classic.
Really heavy.
You got to go with the chocolate frog.
It's enormous.
That's huge.
That's so big.
Oh, wow.
I picked the right thing.
They put Trevor in there.
That is amazing. Can't wait to taste that later. Okay, trolley be gone. Well, we have found ourselves at the end of the beginning of everything. But in the second half of this film, our story gets a little bit more mysterious as Harry and his friends embark on an adventure to uncover the truth behind some silly old stone.
Some stone we've heard like rumors about. Some rock things.
Not that important.
Yeah.
So next time, Khleo and I wind our way to the conclusion of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Sorcerer's Stone.
If we can ever agree on what we're actually calling it.
Can't wait.
Join us on our film-by-film look back through the series and rewatch every Harry Potter film on HBO Max. In the meantime, we want to hear from you. Share your thoughts and keep up with the latest from us on social media at Harry Potter. As we make our way through the series, we'll be checking the comments to dissect your burning questions and hottest takes. Until then, mind the moving staircase and maybe don't go poking around any forbidden corridors. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
We have to see Professor Dumbledore immediately.
I'm afraid Professor Dumbledore is not here. He received an urgent owl from the Ministry of Magic and left immediately for London.
He's gone, but this is important. This is about the Philosopher's Stone.
How do you know?
Someone's going to try and steal it.
Harry Potter, the official film podcast, is produced by HBO Max in partnership with Pod People. This podcast is hosted by me, Rhianna Dhillon. Our head writer and lead producer is Angela Palladino, and our associate producer is Emily Mansfield. Our line producer and production manager is Hannah Pedersen, casting by Brianna Frapart. Production design done by Liz Klakowski and her team Kevin Fallon, Marcel Banks, Jeff Cross and Emilia Caceres. Our technical director is In-Sung Huang, along with camera operator Nick Gregorio. Hair and makeup by Ali Elizabeth. Production assistance by Sam Sanders IV. Our video editor is Susanna Vasquez and the show is mixed by Carter Wogan and Marina Pais. From the HBO Max podcast team, Alison Cohen-Sorokach, Michael Gluckstadt, Becky Rowe, Kenya Reyes, and Erin Kelly. Special thanks to Emily Brandon and Rhys Allgood from the Harry Potter digital team. Thank you for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.